Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, April 5th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. Futures are trading down a little bit today to around, they're trading lower by $7.25, right to this 1386 area. So decent little dip on the futures. That tells us one thing. It tells us that the U.S. dollar index is stronger. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index chart. You'll see it is trading higher by 30 cents at the moment. Decent pop on the U.S. dollar index futures. Dollar up, market down. Dollar down, market inflates and trades higher. That's the bottom line. It's just that simple right now. When that relationship decouples or breaks apart, we'll let you know. Right now, when the dollar is up, the market is down, and that's the way it goes. So we're looking at lower futures this morning. There's some problems brewing in Europe, as I'm sure you've heard. There's more to come, in fact. So it looks like right now, yields on Spanish debt is starting to pop higher, and that is definitely throwing a monkey wrench into the LTRO plans and everything else. All this money that was thrown at fixing the European Union to buy it more time, it just didn't last very long. You also have problems in French debt. It looks like the French had an auction as well, which did not go as expected. So once again, there's definitely some issues out there, some problems out there in Europe, and this is going to get to be a big issue. This morning, the Swiss National Bank, they also had to protect the currency, so as they put a floor in there on the Swiss franc this morning. So if you take a look here, you'll see that they're going to defend the 120 level, and I'll just pop this up on a daily chart so you can see it. But they're going to defend the 120 level, the Swiss National Bank. And you're getting a lot of central bank intervention. There's problems out there when this happens. So be on your toes, be a little bit careful. Keep an eye on the dollar. Dollar is very, very important. You want to watch the dollar very, very closely. That'll tell you almost everything you want to know. So we'll watch that U.S. dollar index chart, and really it will dictate just about every move in the market. Right now, the dollar is having a pretty good pop today. To start, often after the 9:30 time frame, where the opening bell rings at the New York Stock Exchange, the dollar will fade, and that will help the major stock indexes inflate and trade higher. So that's where we stand. Yesterday, gold and silver both got clobbered. Today, GLD is trading up a little bit. You can't make much out of it, but it was hit hard yesterday. Today, spot gold is trading up about $9 to $16.23 an ounce. You also have oil trading up just a little bit by about 10 cents. Remember, if you have a stronger dollar, you're going to have lower inflation. You're going to have the inflationary products such as oil, such as gold, such as silver. They will decline, and that's what you saw yesterday. So we'll see where they go today. It looks like U.S. weekly jobless claims were just released. Looks like 357,000 is the number. So 357,000 new weekly claims out there. I guess it's down 6,000 from last week. The market's getting a little bit of a pop on the news. I don't know how important this news is, really, to be honest, but the market's getting a little bit of a bid off the lows on it. And you can see also the U.S. dollar index is pulling back just ever so slightly. So again, unless that dollar really pulls back, I'm not going to make much out of that news, but you'll see the dollar starting to pull back in a little bit. All right, there are a few stocks out there which we could talk about today. There's not that many. Today is the last session before the job number tomorrow by the U.S. government, where the Labor Department will report the non-farm payrolls. So that will be tomorrow. The market in the United States is closed. However, the futures, I believe, will trade till I think 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. So the futures market will be open, but the overall stock markets will not be open. In the United States. The job report will take place tomorrow. That's a little bit of a surprise to have the job report tomorrow, even though the markets are closed. So we still have to watch out for that one, and we'll see what it gives us. But in the meantime, I'm thinking that the market probably will stall out or get quiet after the noon hour today. But we'll see. If this European news heats up, markets could stay active. All right, let's take a look at a few different stocks out there. Bed Bath & Beyond. The stock is having a nice little pop today. Closed at 66.23, trading at 69.36. That's a nice little move. Stock looks strong, has upside to around the $70 level. Around 70 bucks. I think it's not a short. This is a strong gap. It's a decent. It's still a good stock, but I don't expect much more upside from there. Let's take a look at Gap stores. These are all retailers today coming out with news. So check out the news for yourself. I'm just going to go through the stocks here. Gap stores, nice little gap up. It's coming off of a little 1 week base. Um, the weekly chart is just too extended on this thing. I don't know how much upside it has from here, but a decent little pop. It may not be a fade candidate. It's just going to trade up around here. I wouldn't do much with it at the moment. Target, TGT, very, very good move this morning, coming off of basically a 2-3 week base. A nice little pop. The stock looks pretty strong, trading at 58.57 at the moment. I don't know how much upside this one has in it. It could have upside to maybe $60 to $61. I couldn't rule that out. I'm not seeing it getting there today, but that's where the upside potential is on the bigger time frame. Let's take a look at ticker symbol RT, which is Ruby Tuesday's stock. The company, I think, is going to close some stores, not doing as expected. The stock is trading down to $7.79. There's a lot of support in this vicinity. Hard to pinpoint it to the penny. You can watch for this level right where it is now at 775, 778. There'll be a little bit more support at 756. I do not know how great of a trade it's going to be, but those are the two near-term support levels. Then all the way down to $7.17. There'll be more support, and then ultimately 644. So there could be some small bounces. But when you're dealing with a stock this small, I just can't tell you how good the bounces are going to be because the price is so low. It makes it a little bit tough. So just to watch for that one. But that one will have some support levels coming into play. Here's Costco. Here's Costco Wholesale. I love the store. There's going to be very, very good support for Costco if it gets down to 85.42. Gets to 85.42, maybe even 85.50. That's going to be your area right there. More support at 83.92 if it gets down there. But this is a pretty decent fall for Costco. Stock closed at 89 cents yesterday, $89. Today it's trading at 87.20. So we may flush one more leg down. Watch that 85.50 level. There is a scalp level in there for Costco. And then ultimately at 83.92, another scalp long level there for Costco. I think that's probably the better play today. Okay, I just want to talk quickly about the Asian markets last night. All of the Asian markets were lower with the exception of the Shanghai. The Shanghai opened up for business last night. It was up 1.74%, so a huge move up yesterday. Last night, I should say, in the Shanghai index. Decent pop. You want to respect it. Chinese ADRs may get a little bit of a bid if the U.S. markets can hold steady today. So keep an eye on that. But the Shanghai was the big winner last night. All of the major stock indexes elsewise, besides the Shanghai, were all lower. Nikkei, the Hang Seng, the ASX, which is Australia, also the Sensex, which is India, were all down, basically around 0.5%. But the Shanghai was the big winner last night. But that one, just that index has been closed all week long. So it did catch a bid last night, and maybe gives a little strength to the Chinese ADRs. I don't want to make too much out of it. As I said, the index was closed for about 3 days now. So again, did open up last night, had a nice little pop. So we'll watch the Chinese ADRs. Maybe a few of them will have strength. Stocks like maybe Baidu. Could look at Sina Corp, which has been just absolutely annihilated. NetEase, NTES, China Mobile, CHL. So various bunch of names. You could watch for maybe getting a little bit of a bid if the U.S. markets are strong. Right now, the U.S. markets are weak, so I'm not going to expect all that much coming out of the Chinese ADRs right now. Alrighty, with that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it there today. There's a lot of retail names that you could follow and look at that are in play. They're still coming out with a lot of news, same-store sales for the month of March. So check it out. But right now, that's all I'm seeing this morning. I want to wish everybody a great trading day, and also there will be no video tomorrow. So once again, have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you on the charts on Monday. Take care, everyone.